everyone, I'm Big John, and welcome to another episode of the DIS Ability Show live. So, before we get started, I just want to say that I have been getting a whole lot of views and comments from my Advent storybook calendar. I've been doing it every single day up till Christmas Eve, part of my Vlogmas thing. This is my first time doing a Vlogmas. For those of you who don't know what Vlogmas is, it's where I pretty much vlog every single day right up to Christmas. So, after I'm done going live here, I will be filming day 9 of this, and it will be uploaded immediately afterwards. So yeah, for pretty much most of the month of December, you get to see 2 of me every Saturday. So, aren't you lucky? Now, let's get into the show. Now, this week I want to talk about what to do at Disney if you're there on your birthday. Now, first of all, Disney is one of the best places to spend your birthday. I spent my 26th birthday in Hollywood Studios because it's my favorite park. Although my favorite part of Hollywood Studios is no longer there. If you've been with me for a while, you know what that is. Now, what I recommend is that you get one of those birthday buttons that they have. That way, while you're walking around the park, people see your button and they'll wish you a happy birthday. Also, if you're at the Magic Kingdom on your birthday and the Dapper Dans see your button, they will sing happy birthday to you. So if you ever have the opportunity to go to Disney on your birthday, make it one you will remember forever. So anyway, that's my tip. Let me know if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities. Let me know in the chat if you're watching this live, or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. So speaking of birthdays, this past Tuesday was Walt Disney's birthday. The man who made all of this possible. So in his honor, we are going to cover my top 5 Walt era attractions. Now keep in mind, these are Disneyland attractions that were around when Walt was alive. Number 5, It's a Small World. It's one of the rides that he made for the New York World's Fair. And it was the last ride that Walt saw open. And its story of children and uniting around the world is an important message, because when children know each other, it really does become a small world, because they all unite and make the world a lot brighter. Number 4, the Mark Twain Riverboat. Now, this was the top Frontierland attraction decades before Big Thunder, because it was the first Mississippi paddle wheeler built in the U.S. in 50 years. Walt loved it so much that he mortgaged his own home to pay for its construction. That's how dedicated he was to the Mark Twain. Number 3, Disneyland's first thrill ride, the Matterhorn. Now, Disneyland's first roller coaster, it was built 4 years after Disneyland's opening, so 1959. and it was also the first steel tubular coaster ever constructed. So, and it helped inspire Space Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain as well. So the Matterhorn is really the granddaddy of all the Disney thrill rides. Number 2, the Jungle Cruise. Now, when Walt was around, the Jungle Cruise was, dare I say it, educational. But then and I believe it was Raleigh Crump that decided, you know, let's have the skippers do jokes. And that's why the Jungle Cruise is still popular to this day, because of an Imagineer's decision. And my number 1 Walt era attraction, the Disneyland Railroad. Now, and you know why it's number 1? Because Walt Disney loved trains. He loved trains so much, he had a train in his backyard. That's how much he loved trains. So, he knew that for Disneyland there had to be a train. And to this day, the Disneyland Railroad is still one of the most popular attractions at Disneyland. Not just at Disneyland, but also in Florida, Tokyo, Paris. Every Disneyland style park, I think, except for Shanghai maybe. So anyway, let me know in the chat or the comments what your favorite attraction is from the Walt era. And now it is time for DIS or DAT. Now, on each coast, this time of year, they have a special festival to celebrate the seasons. At Epcot, at Walt Disney World, which, by the way, World Celebration opened, looks great. Anyway, they have the Festival of the Holidays, where they have holiday storytellers all over World Showcase, specialty themed food, an overlay of Living with the Land, I believe Glimmering Greenhouses, I believe it's called, and of course the Candlelight Processional. And at Disney's California Adventure, it's Festival of Holidays. They couldn't afford the where I'm sorry, I had to say that. Where they have special food booths, special cavalcades, the 3 caballeros celebrating Viva Navidad, and Mulan and her friends celebrating Lunar New Year. And at night, local bands perform in front of Paradise Bay. And one of my favorites that I've seen from videos, Fat Cat Swingers. That's fat with a PH. There's a difference, you know. So anyway, let me know in the chat or in the comments what your favorite festival is. DIS, Epcot's Festival of the Holidays, or DAT, California Adventure's Festival of Holidays. And speaking of the holidays, it is now time to let you guys know what Christmas specials you can be on the lookout for this week. Now, once again, my disclaimers, these are just my recommendations. And also, these are all Eastern times, so if you live in a different time zone, check your local listings. So, today, December 9th, on AMC, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at 8. Now, on CBS, it was supposed to be Byron Allen Presents a Very Soulful Christmas, but instead, tonight at 8 on CBS, they will be doing, for the first time ever, a primetime version of my favorite game show, Funny You Should Ask. Anyway, but back to the Christmas stuff. On Freeform today, let's see, we have Prancer Returns at 11. The 2018 Grinch at 1:05 p.m. Followed by The Nightmare Before Christmas at 3:05 p.m. Followed by Toy Story That Time Forgot at 4:45 p.m. Alright, now tomorrow, December 10th, on ABC, Mickey Saves Christmas at 7, followed by Olaf's Christmas Adventure, Frozen Adventure at 7:30. Then at 10, The Great Christmas Light Fight. On AMC, The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus at 11:30 a.m., followed by the classic Miracle on 34th Street at 12:45 p.m. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas at 3. Rudolph's Shiny New Year at 3:30. The Year Without a Santa Claus at 4:45. And The Polar Express at 6. On Freeform, Prancer Returns at 8. Home Alone at noon. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York at 2:30. The 2009 A Christmas Carol at 5:10. The Santa Claus at Oz at 7:15 p.m. On TBS, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is at 7, and immediately again at 7:30. On Monday, December 11th, on AMC, The Polar Express at 4, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at 6. On Freeform, Home Alone at 3:10, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York at 5:40, and the Jim Carrey How the Grinch Stole Christmas at 8:20. On Tuesday, December 12th, on ABC, Santa Claus is Coming to Town at 8. On AMC, The Year Without a Santa Claus at 4:45. On Freeform, Home Alone at 11. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York at 1:30. The Jim Carrey Christmas Carol at 4, followed by the Jim Carrey How the Grinch Stole Christmas at 6. And Disney Plus's Godmothered at 8:30. On Wednesday, the 13th, on Freeform, the 1994 Miracle on 34th Street at 1:30 p.m. Home Alone at 4. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York at 6:30. And the 2018 Grinch at 9. On Thursday, the 14th, on Freeform, The Santa Claus at 10:30, The Santa Claus 2 at 12:35, The Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause at 3:05, the 2018 Grinch at 5:10, and Noel at 7:10. And on TNT, the classic How the Grinch Stole Christmas at 7:30. And finally, on Friday, the 15th, on AMC, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at 8 p.m. On Freeform, Kung Fu Panda Holiday at 7. Santa Buddies at 7:30. The Search for Santa Paws at 9:30. Santa Paws 2, The Santa Pups at 11:30. The 2009 Christmas Carol at 1:30. Home Alone at 3:30. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York at 6. And the Jim Carrey How the Grinch Stole Christmas at 8:40 p.m. And that is this week's Christmas special roundup. Let me know which ones you're looking forward to this week. So anyway, that's our show. As I said, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live, or in the comments if you're watching this later. I'll make sure it gets to a future episode for this week. Shout outs. Make sure you guys check out Tamia over at Tamia Smiles. She does awesome vlogs on her channel. Definitely check her out. Also, make sure you guys check out my buddy Amy at Rocking at Disney with Amy, or RAD for short. She does great live streams whenever she can. Definitely check her out. Also, make sure you guys check out the Tim Tracker. I know him as the Chuck Norris of vlogging. He posts out vlogs from both the parks and his family life every single day. Definitely check him out. Also, make sure you guys check out Ron on the Go. He does amazing live streams from the parks as well. Check him out as well for the latest Disney news and info. Make sure you guys check out WDW Magazine. If you haven't subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, may the mouse be with you.